law requires a supermajority of support, 60% or higher. They're just 3% away. Potheads have never regretted the failure to get off the couch so much as they do right now. So close. Ironically, if you weren't sitting at home doing bong rips and you managed to get off the couch and actually go vote for something that affected your life, you could be rolling with a dispensary card in the not-too-distant future, but now, not so much. Supermajority, by the way, kind of a BS policy. Needs 60% or higher. People voted, so they should get it, right? No, wrong. Why? Well, there was an ass ton of money in a campaign primarily funded by billionaire casino mogul and GOP megadonor Sheldon Adelson. Adelson put $5 million toward the opposition to Amendment 2. That's 85% of the funding of the campaign to defeat the legalization of marijuana. Why? Well, he's chairman of Las Vegas Sands Corp. He opposed the measure even though his medical research organization, he owns a medical research organization, the Dr. Miriam and Sheldon G. Adelson Medical Research Foundation, produced a study in 2013 showing that medical marijuana has the potential to help people with multiple sclerosis. This is his company that he owns, yet he's funding to the tune of $5 million a fight against legalized marijuana in Florida. Fantastic amounts of hypocrisy. I guess if you're in the casino business and you deal in vice and you're worried about people, what are casinos? Do you gamble? Casinos are an escape. Casinos are a little bit of risk, sometimes a lot of risk. But generally, people go to casinos. And there's casinos in Florida, plenty of them. But generally, people go to casinos to escape their workaday existences. They want to forget. They want to be involved in something that transports them out of the excruciating minutia of their daily life and spend millions of dollars in gambling losses and hotel rooms and overpriced meals and things of that nature. And you know what? You don't get... what you don't get the urge to do when you smoke pot? Pretty much anything that involves leaving the house. If you need an escape from your life, you can just do a couple of bong rips and watch reruns of, I don't know, Sanford and Son or something. It being Florida. But, no. The level of hypocrisy in that particular situation is truly, truly astounding because it wasn't even recreationally going to be legalized. It's just medicinal marijuana they were going after in Florida. And the guy owns a company, a research foundation, a medical research foundation that produced a study in 2013 showing medicinal marijuana had tremendous potential to help people with multiple sclerosis. So even though you fund an organization that produces that study, no, it could eat into your casino bottom line. Douche. It got interesting in California, too. A gay Republican won in California, but also accused of sexual harassment. You know what they call gay Republicans? Log cabin Republicans. It's this idea that Abraham Lincoln was gay. Back in the day, Abraham Lincoln used to sleep with other men. Sleep with in the bed. And apparently that was the done thing at the time. But there's all sorts of Republican types that go, Abraham Lincoln was gay. He spoke for the gay majority. And therefore, log cabin Republicans, that's a gay Republican group. And so we have, I don't know if he is officially a log cabin Republican, but in terms of ideology, we have this. 100% of precincts reported California. Former San Diego City Councilman, gay Republican Carl DeMaio has unseated incumbent Democrat Scott Peters in California's 52nd Congressional District, becoming the first openly gay Republican to win a seat in Congress. It was slim, though, less than 600 votes. And the final count might not be completed until Thursday, so it's a foregone conclusion. Ultimately, it could be decided by absentee and provisional ballots. But this happens during a time where DeMaio is looking at a barrage of accusations of sexual harassment as well as an effort by traditional marriage groups to support the Democrat strategically in the hope of nominating a more socially Republican candidate in a later election. Politics make strange bedfellows. Traditional values supporting a Democratic candidate because they can't handle the idea of a man who enjoys the tender, romantic embrace of another man being elected. You that small-minded? I mean, look, I'm a big fan of people willing to cross the political fence. When people go, hey, I'm going to vote the individual as opposed to the party, I think that's a smart and astute thing to do. But when you're voting the individual as opposed to the party because you can't handle the fact that your representative, your potential representative, the guy who is a standard bearer for your party in this situation is gay, oh, you small-minded idiots. Anyways, the GOP establishment stuck with DeMaio throughout. Vice President Joe Biden campaigned for Peters over the weekend, but Republican turnout, yeah, that was more decisive. So, California now has a log cabin GOP congressman with a history of talking dirty to people. Next couple of years could prove to be extraordinarily interesting. The sexual harassment, a former policy director for his campaign told CNN that back in April, when he was still on the campaign, he was called into his office, and this happened. Quote, I came over to his office. Door was open, and he was masturbating. I saw his hand, his penis in his hand, and he had a smile on his face. And as soon as I came over, he was looking at me. Then another former staffer came forward with a similar accusation. Justin Harper, former regional political director for the campaign, he said he was still employed for the campaign, and he had an encounter with DeMaio in the bathroom, saying, I was at the urinal, and DeMaio came from the stall that was closest to the urinal and was kind of just standing there hovering. I turned around and realized that it was Carl. He had his pants up, but his fly was undone, and he had his hand grasping his genitals. I don't know. Story about masturbating when the staffer comes in? Pretty creepy. Holding your genitals in the bathroom? I've never been able to do the look ma, no hands thing. That seems pretty normal. I just hate you so